Welcome friends, let's today talk about automatic type in C++11 and range based for loop. So first we will talk about automatic type in C++11. So for example in C++, if you have to create a variable, you have to mention its type on the left side using primitive type like int, float, or it's a vector. So any kind of user defined type you have to use it here. So so let's see what we can do with auto means automatically identifies by compiler so what type a variable holds to. So for example, if I'm using auto x here instead of int x, so it will identify that x belongs to an integer. So it's a good practice to use auto wherever you can do. So I have to create a float. So I will do, I will use something like this. So instead of this I can use auto. So compiler will identify that 3.2 belongs to a float and it will use float uh, here. Okay, so you can also use auto for function as well. For example, you want to add two numbers. So let's have a function here which takes argument of the two integer and returns its sum. So you can return x plus y here. So instead of using int total equal to sum32, you can do auto instead. Okay, so also you can use auto with your container as well. Let's create a vector. So we are creating a vector which contains an int, and let's call it veclist. So we will insert some elements in veclist. So let's do pushback. So we will add two more lists. Just quickly copy this and we will paste it here. So we will use change this for 2 and 3. So for example, I have to print this vector. What I will do, I will use for loop. So inside the for loop I will use iterator inside vector. So what I will do, I will use vector and then I will use int here. So I will use here iterator. Then I have to use some value like itr, the iterator pointer, which should belongs to a veclist first element. So we'll use begin here. Then I have to use itr should not be equal to backlist.end. So this is the way to check if we reach to the end of a vector. Okay, so let's increment it on each go. So what we will do, we will use print here. So I will do cout and then I will use pointer itr to dereference it and just use this new line keyword. So vector is already included. So compile our program quickly. So if we compile this, so we should see 1, 2 and 3, and now we have some error. So let's see what error dot we have. So we have error of this auto because we have already created a float here. So compile it now, it should work. So if you see, we have 1, 2 and 3, but you can identify that the code looks too much weird. So we have to use vector in iterator, we have to remember so much. Instead of this, I can use simply auto here. Okay, so if I use auto here, then I will compile it and we will see that we got the desired output. So it's easier to use auto instead of that too much syntax of iterator. So also this for loop seems too much means too much lengthy. So we can use means range based for loop in C++11. So instead of writing all this, we can simply write uh, let's auto itr, and then we will use this colon here, and we just simply write the name of the vector. Okay, so I think that's it. I will compile this program, and then we should see our output here, and you see that what we get is 1 2 3. So instead of writing that too much code to just print the iterator, we can use auto, means our range base for loop in C++11. So you have used auto, and you have used just the name of the vector. You can print the whole array. What it's doing, it's just checking what the vector is holds to. It holds to an int, so it's printing the integer here. So always remember to use auto and the range base for loop wherever you can. So that's it, guys. I'll see you in my next tutorial on C++11. Till then, bye, and subscribe my channel.